Hey guys, welcome back. Currently doing analysis on Sunday, the 21st of March. Wow, that's crazy, huh? We're already 21st of March. March, I remember it happened like boom, like we're just moving so fast through time. It's insane. Um, anyways, excuse me. We're on the monthly chart, by the way, right now. And okay, so this is what we're seeing, right? Price had this big drop. What was this? Oh, that's a while ago. This was in March. Where was the March drop of 2019, 2020? Oh, I think it was this. Wow, look how small that is on the time frame. It's crazy. In any case, um, or it was probably maybe I don't even know. No idea. Regardless, let's just keep on moving here. Okay, basically what I was doing was showing you what's happening here, like what are we seeing, right? So this is like I said on the monthly time frame. We've had a rejection of this area, right? And we've had a high created right here. This was a high in this range because right now we're in a range bound market. That means that we're not really, you know, we went up and then we went down, then it tried to go back up and it just wasn't able to. And now we're just in this little range, right? This is where we have been so far in the large scale of the market, right? This is what we've been seeing. And right now, we can probably tell here. Oh, let me actually bring this down. So just to see where we are. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is that, uh, let's see. Anyways, I was saying, sorry, I took a little break for a second. What I was saying was is that now we've broken this level here that was pretty significant. I'll even do it like this just to make it a little bit better. Right? This is what we've been seeing, right? Price comes, tries to go above, but it doesn't, right? It tries to, and look, it just breaks it barely, but no close above, right? And that's the issue here, that we're not closing above. So like I said, now that we've broken above with a candle close, we're expecting to see a continued move up because we have bad news with the US dollar, the stock market has been crashing. You have to be aware of the fundamentals, I think, in Forex specifically, because, well, I think in any market, you need to know, what's going on in the large scale, because this is actually a huge debate, right, in the world of trading, like, you know, um, technical versus fundamental, which is better, can you trade only using fundamental? It's a huge debate, right? And I think honestly, the answer is both. Like, I think you just need both of them to succeed because you know what I mean? Like if you're not gonna have the news and not gonna know what's gonna happen, then yeah, I think you need to understand, not just see, reading the chart is important, right? Seeing how the liquidity providers are, where they're grabbing liquidity, where the orders being filled, where the orders being stopped out. Like that's support resistance or order blocks. And order blocks are an advanced level of support and resistance, which I do want to teach about in a later class, but we're not gonna go over that right now. We're just gonna go over what I'm expecting to see from this market. And but basically what I was saying about fundamental is that you need to have some kind of awareness of what's going on. So in that regard, I personally I'm expecting to see a continued move up by GJ. Probably to fill in this wick, maybe to fill in this 200 pip range. So it's on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so basically, like I said, this is basically the range that we're in with a pretty strong level of support down here. And then you probably had people, probably came down here to grab liquidity before moving back up, right? Overall, it is respecting this level. See, this whole body candle basically makes up this level because it could tend to have break below. And if none of these candles actually broke below, I mean, you had a break maybe here, but it was like so small, like, you know, pretty insignificant. So yeah, now we've established that we're moving up, and we've actually had a resistance formed. Okay, so it's pretty interesting to note. We've had a resistance form. Now, that's not the issue. The issue that I'm seeing here is if we're going to keep moving down. Now, if we're going to keep moving down, I'd probably want to target somewhere around this area back in the range. Now, here's the thing. Usually, whenever we have a move up on these pairs, what do I expect to see? Is I expect to see a break and retest. So now here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a break and retest of this level. So now I'm expecting price to do something like this, just to visualize, like to visually show you, what I'm expecting to see. Maybe something like this, and then a break above, and then a continued move up to here. Oh my God, the zoom thing is really annoying. Here, let me move out of it. Okay, and then a break up to here. So something like this, right? That's what I'm expecting to see. Like maybe like some consolidation. Yeah, actually, let me delete this. This is what, honestly, like this is something that we're very likely to see, because basically price moved up with such volatility, right? Up to this level. So that's showing you that the price is not wanting to go down, guys. It's going up. Now, if we're going to see something like this, right, where it's going to move like this, up, down, it's going to maybe consolidate before, but it's overall, it is going to move up, guys. That's something that I'm just expecting to see. And I'll explain to you why. Because we broke through this force, and it wasn't just a little, like here, let me go back. Perfect example. Now, price didn't, down here, price moved down, yes, but it didn't break and close and move down below. It came down, found support, indecision doji right here, before moving back up, back into this range. Why? Because price didn't want to go down below this level, because price is not, the value of pound yen is not below, what is this level here? 127, 104. That's just not where the level is, right? And that's something that we need to understand and accomplish. So keeping that in mind, right? So now we can say, okay, so first of all, if we understand that this is a level that price is not going to go below, but we've in the past gone up to these, this level, this area has been tested before, like it's been charted on the map. So we know that it is possible to continue moving up, because look at this, price is, it come down, it tried, but it can't break it. Now, it's not that I'm guessing and I'm assuming, this is what I'm seeing, right? This is something that we can visually confirm using historical data. This isn't something that I'm making up, right? We can see that price is not breaking below 127, 104. What is this? 127. Let me zoom in actually. Let me give you the exact number. Here, you know what? You don't need. I'll do this. 127,088. Okay, this is the level that price is not going to break below. And we had a slight break below, but it just closed. It just rejected this level completely. So even though trying to move down, it could not, because we didn't get a break below. So basically, so whenever you see this, it just shoots back up. You see, look, break, shoots up. Resistance, I got support, sorry, moves up. And then over here, it didn't really move up. We tested this level. Here, move down, retested this level, retest, move down, retest, barcodes, retest slightly before moving. Then you had a support. You had a slight resistance here before moving down, right? Retest here, support, boom, moves up. Support, moves up, retest, moves down. Support, moves down. Resistance was established here, moves down to support. Support bounces off of this level again, moves up, moves down to retest, moves up again, comes down, finds resistance, moves up, finds support, moves down. Resistance was up here, right? And we had a break above this resistance from this support. We moved up, we broke through this resistance, we broke through this high, and we kept moving up to retest But look at that. We broke above, guys. So that's something that none of these candles could do. And I literally just went through the entire range history with you guys. You saw that. I'm not gonna do that again. But basically we see that, none of these candles really had that momentum to them. See? But this one did. So that's showing you guys that, okay, I'm expecting a retest. I honestly am. And if we don't get it, then I'm gonna enter when we break this high. So let's see what that trade would look like. Let's see if we do something like this. Stop loss would be below, and my take profit would be. I'm actually gonna enter based on this. Yeah, I'd probably enter with the lower time frame. But let's say, you know what, here. What are we going for? I mean, realistically, I wouldn't make that trade, right? I'm just showing you like what I'm trying to go for. It's a 200 pip move, but that's possible. It is possible. Maybe I'd even go a little bit lower. Yeah, something like that. That's possible. But that would only be in the situation where it would be breaking above and it will continue to move up. In that case, I would enter, but I'm expecting to see a retest of this level. So basically, that's what we're gonna see here. And to get that, we're gonna have to just wait. We're gonna have to wait for confirmation. We're gonna have to wait for the pullback, which we're gonna get, right? And then we're gonna keep moving up. So now that we have this established, let's look on the daily. Okay, so basically, on daily, obviously this is representing each day as a candle. We can see here that on the overall weekly, we are bullish, which is confirmation for us that we will be moving down to retest. Now, I would only sell. Now, hear what I'm saying. I'm only going to sell this market if we're breaking below this level right here. And this would be my entry point, because at this point, this is a rejection. If we're breaking below, at that point, this is where I would want to sell. Stops above, take profit right here. That's my trade. That would be a perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that trade. This would be a perfectly fine trade right here. Because look at that. We had a resistance here, which is also a support. So if we're breaking below this level, what's stopping us from going down here, right? Because that's basically what's going to happen. But that's if we were to break. If we break this level here, I'm going to watch out for this area as my entry. And then, yeah, and then, take around 80% here and then leave the rest running, probably around until here, right? So that would be like trade number one on the daily time frame. But assuming that wouldn't happen, I think it's good to know these things because then you can actually, because nobody wants to swing for days. I don't like to do that. So for me, I would want to incorporate that into the smaller time frames. So basically, that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a move that's moving down. Definitely moving down here to fill in this range. But I wonder where we're going to find support. Maybe here, maybe at this level completely. Do I think we're going to shatter this resistance up here? Probably, yeah, eventually. But we are going to have to see that break and retest right here because that's just what's going to happen. It just makes the most sense to me. Because if we're not going to get that, then I guess we missed the move at that point. But I really, really think that we are going to get that because look, it just couldn't break above. Now it needs to gain some traction. It's probably going to range for a little bit, like just like I drew. It's going to probably cross. I don't know. Maybe it will cross even here. Maybe this whole thing was a lie. And it's going to cross here. But you can never know these things. You really have no way to know. So I guess we'll have to wait and see regarding to that. But yeah, I do expect a move down. That's what we're going to see for sure. Now that we're expecting the move down, right? That's our analysis. We are expecting a retest of this level. So now let's go to 4 hour. Let's confirm that that's what's happening. Okay. So looking at the 4 hour, right, we see that this is the zone, right? This is the and the higher time frame area that we have determined, right? Which doesn't make really much sense because on here it showed that this was the highs. Oh, right, because these wicks are that's price action basically. But yeah, okay, that's fine. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we're definitely look at this. Like we're definitely gonna keep moving down because you know what? Regardless of these moves, okay, let's label this here as a resistance, right? This is the area that we're seeing. Actually, this is a relevant level. This is the level that we noticed here at this point that price would continue moving up from. Okay, now this is interesting because if you look here, let me just get on my drawing tool. If you look here, this is interesting because price. Now this was an interesting level here because here this was acting as support, resistance, broke. Price kind of played with this area here. Whereas I think to use this as the launch pad, which I've taught the launch pad system in my group, like where you use the support, then it bounces off of it. You see? Because look, it comes, bounces off, and clean breaks above. It moves down, bounces off of, moves up. Now it comes down. But this, even though we're seeing it move down, it's giving you an indecision candle because this is not a strong, this is a pretty weak bearish candle. So for me, I would want to see a break below here to continue the move down. And this is the range we're going to be trading, right? And we're going to be trading until here. So let's say this was the trade. We want to enter below this low, stops above here, take profit right there. Maybe even stops a little bit tighter just so we can get a better risk reward. Well, that's a safe entry. I would probably even enter if you were to break below. I would enter maybe even here. That's a pretty possible trade, no? Is it not? I mean, think about it. If we're breaking below, right? Here, I even move this up a little bit just so we can have more security. What the hell? Okay, there you go. If we're breaking below this level here, and we're filling in this wick and we're continue moving down, then can't you say that we're at least expecting to fill in this area here? Like at the bare minimum, like this whole consolidation, because this is something that, this is something of significance, I think, this whole area here. Oh, let me get that in. Well, not this, but this level here. This is a concerning area for me because this is where, price was not really moving. So this is a pretty interesting zone. So I like to take at the top, I like to skim the top of the zone because then it's like, you're going to land, you don't know if you're going to go below that zone, but you're going to go at the top of it, right? So you can expect to at least hit this level right there. So I was actually looking for areas that actually show you what I'm talking about. Here, perfect example. So I'm going to draw this area here. Oh, I keep letting go at just the wrong time. So we have this level here, right? And look at that, price comes down, touches this level before moving up, and then it comes down again. Not enough? Another one. All this consolidation. See that? Consolidation, break above, retest. This whole of this demand zone here. Retest. Even here, right there. Feel that break above, retest, retest before moving up. Even right there. Holds on. Well, if you technically want to consider this. But no, that's not a good example here. I'll delete this one. It's not a good example. Here, another one. You have this zone here. Oh, you have this zone here. Breaks below, comes back to retest this previous order block before moving down, and then you have this consolidation. Okay. Comes another consolidation. Basically, this whole area. See that? Retest, retest, retest. It can't break above it. It's stuck in this whole zone. See, so consolidation has an impact on the market, even here. Well, this wasn't really consolidation, but I mean, kind of. And it retested here and here. This whole thing, really. You guys see that? Interesting stuff, no? So what can this show us, right? What can this show us here? This means that I'm expecting price to come down here for moving back up. That's option number one. Price to move down here for moving back up. Now, what's option two? Option two is that we're going to see something like this, where it's going to find that support here. Because here's the other thing, right? And that's number one. But number two is we also had a consolidation here. And now, right, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing this level here coming back into play. So at this point, option number two would be for me to enter right here and go for something like this. You guys see that? So that's option one, this move. And this is option two. And does that make sense why I'm doing that? Because I hope that does. Just explaining it now on the 1 hour. Okay. But I haven't looked at these time frames. I'm literally giving you guys on the go analysis. This is my analysis that I'm doing for myself. Okay. So now on here, what do we see? I can delete this. This is just an example to show you. This is the area we're looking at. So basically, we see that price came down here for moving up, coming down. Now it's just kind of ranging. I think now that we're looking at it on the 1 hour, I think it's a little bit more safe to say that, look, you see, it's probably gonna do something like this. Maybe even like this. You guys see that? Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I could expect to see that. Seems like a possible thing that could happen. You know, you could see this move as well. I know I'm changing my bias every 3 seconds, but you know, you're just getting more information with smaller time frame. So, you know, any one of those trades that I've shown you so far on the higher time frames are still valid trades. I'm just looking for smaller entries. So this is possible, you know, this is a very possible move as well. This is also a nice move. Maybe you would enter at the top of this candle here with stops below. Oh, what? Maybe targets up to around here. That's also a pretty nice move right there. Right? And like I said, if we're going to break below, then this is where I would enter. And I'll take profits up here. And look at that. This is confirmed. Yeah. It's confirmed at this level. Before moving back up. That's a possible move as well. And if we're not going to get that, we're going to get this. And then this is basically around the same, yeah, it's basically the same entry. I don't know if you guys see that or not. This is the bigger move, but it's essentially in the understanding, it's the same thing. Although this is the more likely trade that I would take. Let's keep looking here. 30 minutes, it's not really showing me too much information, but it looks to be around the same. Let's actually delve deeper. Yeah, it's pretty weak. It came down here. It found support at the level of my entry, moved up, came down here again. Now it's trying to move up. Maybe it'll come to fill in this area for moving back down. This would be a pretty likely trade right here. And if we have a break and close above this level right there, then that's something we could also expect to see. You know, that's something that's very possible. So yeah, that's basically my analysis for pound yen on this from the monthly to the 30 minutes, which is basically the same thing here. We'll go on the, let's go here on the 15 minutes, right? It's basically at this point, we're expecting, yeah, like we're expecting to see some kind of range bound market with a break above to possibly this former high, but I would probably want to be taking profits along the way, maybe around here at first, and then maybe here second, then finally around up here. So I like taking on the 30 minutes entries and then using these as like, so here I'll be taking 50% and then 60%, and then like the remainder, and then whatever runs up to here. Let's say something like this. You get that? Like, you guys see how I'm doing that? Like it's just using past resistances basically to get profits. So that's how I'd be, this is where I'd be taking my profits and stuff like that at that point. Just to see something maybe down here. Is that even, yeah, it's around 40 bucks. Yeah, that's not really worth it for me at that point. You know, you might see some rejection here. You know, this is a little bit of a risky resistance, support here. But you know, maybe I could take around maybe 10% here. You never know. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for on pound yen. So now just to recap on that, let's just go back to the monthly, right? Just to show everything really quick, right? So we're expecting a move up. Don't look at this. Don't look at that. Just look at this. Don't look at any of the blue lines here, right? We're expecting this move up because of overall market trend and direction. The weekly showing signs of resistance, possibly retracement. That's what we're looking to see. Or maybe just a turnaround from that point to continue up. Just like a small exhaustion before moving back up, right? So that's also possible, right? That's what we're seeing. Now here we're seeing that it's actually breaking, respecting this level here, right? That we've identified. It's respecting this level right here. And we are likely to see a possible move above. At this point, we're going to see a move going up from this support. And if we're not, then I'm expecting this move down, right? And then we go on the 4-hour, and what we're seeing is basically the same thing, but we're just breaking it down from the larger time frames into the smaller time frames, right? Why? Because then you can see where the overall market trend is going, right? So you're going to have the overall conditions met by the market. And look what we're seeing here, right? We're seeing the market coming down. Look at broke this level, kept moving down, kept moving down, kept moving down, retested this previous level here that it managed to break above, right? But now we're at this minor level here on this 4-hour level that we're looking at. So I'm not going to go over everything again. I'm just recapping. So we're coming back to this level. And look at that. Now we're at a stop roads, right? So now here's the trade idea at this point. Overall, I think we're gonna keep moving up. That's my personal reason, like my personal bias. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because we are going to see a move up clearly, because look at that. It cannot break below, right? Look at that. Here it couldn't break below, here it couldn't break below, and now here it couldn't break below. Now, does that mean that I'm right? No, it doesn't. I don't like a trade what I think, and that's the difference between traders that they just predict where the market's going. You can predict, sometimes, but I like to see what the market's telling me. Because here the market's not telling me anything. It's telling me here, we've come down. We could continue moving down because we're still in the bearish trend. But overall, in the larger scheme, we're in an uptrend. So, could we see a move potentially break this support, break the support and move down to test this congestion area before getting liquidity moving back up? Yeah, we could, in the equal sense that we could also continue moving up. So that's something we have to take note of, right? So yeah, that's basically what that's how you do, like basically I just explained to you guys. That's how you're gonna do from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Identify where the market's going, use structural points in the market that you're going to base your trade off of, which is basically what I just showed you, right? This isn't hocus pocus. This isn't, this is a live market that you guys can literally sign into and look at it yourself right now. This is my analysis. This is what I'm looking at. So this is on the 4 hour, right? So again, I'm just recapping. So equal chance that we're going to move down or we're going to move up. Me personally, I think we're going to keep moving up. Why do I think that? Let's look on the 1 hour. Again, I'm just recapping what we've been doing until now. So look at that. We've had the break below, but it couldn't break above. Now we're going to range and then we're going to move up. We're going to continue to move up. So this trade is kind of not invalidated, but not going to happen at this point unless we do see a break below this level. And at that point, I'm going to take the entry right there. And we're going to continue to expect this move down. And it's actually a pretty clean move down, with a little bit of breaks down here. Here, I would probably want to take profits. At this level, I would want to take a few. Ooh, it's not that clean. Not that clean. This is the level I would be wary of. This level I would be taking, what is this level here? It's a 1. Oh, okay, that's still pretty good. So this is one level I would want to take profits at, and then I would leave the rest running until here. And yeah, that's basically it at that point. But I would expect that if you're going to break below this whole thing, that we're going to expect to go at least down here. So that's the sell trade. And then on the 1 hour, like I said, we're just moving up. I'm expecting to see something like this. And, if we get the break and we continue moving up from here at that point, then that's also going to be good. That's also going to be nice. But if we don't, then that's fine. I can also expect to see the pullback before the move up, and perfectly fine. 30 minutes, right? This, again, just recapping everything. Same thing. If we're going to say break above, perfect. If not, we're going to keep moving until we get it. And 15-minute just shows you basically, it just shows you basically where you want to take your profits at, because that's just where you're going to have a little bit of issues going up, because you had a resistance here, take profit, resistance, and take profit. So here I don't want to be taking tiny profits, and then here I'd be taking larger. So here I'd be taking, here would be my entry, here I'd be taking maybe 10% off, here I'd be taking another 10%, here another 10%, and then here like probably like 30%, and then leaving the rest. So that would be 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20, 30, 60%. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. And what is this trade? 1.2. So that's around $50, and then leaving the rest running at that point. That's a pretty good trade. I guess we'd have to see. We'd have to see at the point. So yeah, that's on let's look on euro yen here. So euro yen overall on the 4 hours. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of yeah, I used to trade euro yen actually back in the day when I first started. I used to trade euro yen, but I stopped because it's just not, I don't like the way that it moves so much. Yeah, it's just kind of ranging, it's not really showing me any kind of conviction of any kind. It's just rejection up here. Now it's like this. I'd probably want to enter, if any of you guys want to trade euro yen, I would probably do something like this. I would probably be entering, yeah, that's actually a pretty good trade right there. If we're gonna break above this level, then I can expect a move up because we had all this candle action moving down. Right. So if you're looking here on the 1 hour, or yeah, the 1 hour, that's basically, but here's what we're seeing, right? We're actually seeing a move down at this point, we're respecting this area, which is pretty just unfortunate because we're not going to really see. And if you're going to see a move below this level, I would enter here, stop up there. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade too. Right there. It's a possible trade. So like I said, it just depends on where the market's moving at that point, because at this point, we're not really seeing anything. Maybe it'll come back up and retest and then break above. That's possible. Right. So let's keep looking here on the other market. Now here's the thing about gold. Okay, gold, I don't trade gold, but as you guys can see, I've had past analysis. The reason why I like gold is because gold moves against the US dollar. So right now we've been seeing a weakness in the US dollar, but now it's been kind of restabilizing a little bit. Now we've come down to the 17. Look at that. This was what was this? This was, I want to see the March increase. March of let's look on the weekly. I'm just gonna show you guys. This the move up on March 2020. Let's see, March. This is exactly a year ago. April. No. 2020. March 2020. Look at that. You see that? It's basically all of COVID time. All that is COVID. Brought the prices up. Or no, it was here. I'm sorry. The 2020, my bad. Here. Look at that. All of COVID, right? Brought down the US dollar, but gold spiked to this all-time high of, what is that? This was like the highest gold has ever been. It was at here, my camera is blocking. This was at 2076. That's crazy. And now it's down here. But look at that. If we're looking at gold, we're seeing it come down to this level of support, right? That the market established down here, but it cannot break below this level. And now it's going to come back and retest. Wow, look, all this garbage. Here, let me just remove everything. If we're looking at gold now, we're seeing that's coming like this, right? Okay. We're seeing this rejection of this whole area. Now I'm expecting a move up to at least here. So that's something that we could see. Break above this candle. Stop loss is right there. Take profit around here. That's a move we could see. Maybe even higher. Also possible. So we're overall moving up. And then on the 1 hour, yeah, that's also what we're seeing here. So resistance moving up. Yep, it's pretty possible to me. It's pretty yeah. Break above this level, continue moving up. Possible, very possible. Pound dollar. Ooh, range. Pretty ugly range. Consolidation zone. Oh, sorry. Consolidation zone. Yeah, see that? Look at that. It's just at this point, just ranging from these highs. Yep. So that's basically what we're seeing here on pound dollar, just a range. It might come back down to retest, and then if obviously it's going to break below, then I would probably want to sell at this point. I wouldn't want to trade in this range. It's just invalidated. Anything in here is not good for me. If it's going to break above this high, we're going to expect to see a move, possibly like this. Yeah, that seems like a good, yeah, that's something that we could expect to see. That's a possible trade right there. And that would be broken down, let's see, on the 30-minute time frame. That's just the entries that I would want to look for. Yeah, I would probably even take up here. And my stop loss would be here. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a possible trade right there. Because at this, we have the rejections here too. Yeah, that's a pretty safe trade, I think. And then you can take profits along the way. That's possible, yeah. Very possible. Yeah, and that's basically what we're expecting from the market. And here, let's see. We're having some news here in the overall market. Oh, this is not relevant. Let's look at, okay, here we go. Wait a second. Today is, no. Today is the 21st. Nothing. And tomorrow. So we have Powell speaking tomorrow. That's going to be pretty significant against the US dollar at 9 a.m. Pretty significant. We have on Tuesday, Powell speaking again. Bank of Japan CPI. I don't know why they didn't say that's not significant. That's going to affect the yen. Oh, so this is bad news for the yen, which means that the pound yen is going to move up. So we're expecting to see bullish momentum, guys, on this week. That's pretty good. Which is basically what I was saying earlier in the video, that we need to also incorporate the news. So yeah, we're going to see Powell speaking. Pound. Okay, we have another. Oh, so we're expecting to see good news on the consumer price index, which is good for the pound, which means that pound yen would go down. And we're also expecting to see the euro. Okay, this would be French flash services PMI. So the actual grader is good for it. So last time we had a bad PMI. Ooh, that would be in the London session though, so that's not really going to be impacting me. And then we have another test effect. Wow, that's a lot of news by Powell. Okay, and then Thursday. Okay, so we have the Bank of Japan speaking. That's going to impact. We have the Swiss. Okay, it's impacting the euro. Bank of Canada, doesn't matter. Pound. Okay, this might be significant. And let's see here. Also, we have the US dollar, GDP, 4.1%. Analyze change in inflation adjusted of all goods and services produced by the. So if we have a better than expected GDP, that's going to be good for the dollar. So gold, pound yen would be going down on Thursday. And this would be happening at 8:30. So that's pretty significant, guys. That's pretty significant. GDP price index, okay, unemployment claims. Wow, I don't know why these are not red, because unemployment claims, GDP price index, that's definitely relevant. Huh. Okay, well, that's basically the news for at that point. Let's go back here on tomorrow, which is the 22nd. Yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, guys, that's basically my analysis. And I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. And yeah, just take it easy and have a good week, everyone. Thank you.